Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, Ask Jimmy Smith from AskJimmySmith.com, where I answer all your burning questions about running a successful business on Amazon and e-commerce in general. Today we have an important topic to discuss that affects every seller, which is the account health rating on Amazon Seller Central. And specifically, we're going to discuss what to do when you are seeing your account health rating decreasing and you don't fully know why that may be. There's a reason I'm making this video right now in June of 2023, and that's because of the time period that we are in. And I will get into that here in a little bit in this video, because this is an important time period where you may start to see your account health rating decreasing depending on how your account has performed over the last 6 months to a year. But before we get started, I am doing a contest on this video for one lucky winner. If you want to be entered in to win a copy of my Amazon best-selling book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income, plus the free course and audiobook that comes with it, all you got to do is drop a comment below on today's video and make sure that you hit that notification bell, because you want to tune into the next video to see if you won, since I'll put that into the middle of that video. So let's start with the basics on your account health rating. What is the purpose of the account health page? If you're brand new, you might not know any of this information. And so the account health page provides just an overview of your selling account's adherence to the performance targets and the performance policies that are required to sell on Amazon. Its goal is to give you the opportunity to improve your account health before any violations or any defects affect your ability to sell. This gives you a great overview, and so regularly checking this page is essential to ensure a great customer experience and a great selling experience, and to avoid any issues with your account. I absolutely recommend checking this daily if possible. That's what I do in my business. So at least daily, if not multiple times per day, is when you should be checking your account health rating. Now, what is the account health rating, you might be asking, on that account health page? So the account health rating, or you might hear me call it AHR a few times, it's a numerical score ranging from 0 to 1,000. It indicates your account's risk of deactivation due to non-compliance with Amazon's selling policies. So the AHR is displayed on your account health page, and it provides a near real-time status of your account's health. This is what you want to be checking each and every day. And the reason is because the AHR does change daily depending on multiple factors. There's actually multiple colors as well associated with your account health rating. And so if your AHR is green, that means it's between 200 and 1,000, which is quite a large range on the barcode that you'll see on your account, between 200 and 1,000. So that means that your account is currently considered healthy and it's not at risk of deactivation for the most part. As we'll see in a minute, there's still things that can get you deactivated immediately if you do the wrong things with your account. Now, if it's yellow, that means it's between 100 and 199. And so your account is then deemed at risk and it needs attention. This is the time when you really need to be checking and answering and responding to any account health violations that you see. And if it's red, which means it's at 99 or lower, your account is deemed unhealthy and it may be deactivated at any point, which is the scary part. If you get below 100, you're most likely getting deactivated the next day or two unless you have some extra help. Now, I do want to preface that the rest of this video that I am not a lawyer. I do not know if Amazon's going to change these policies or how they will change these in the future. So I highly recommend checking out Jeff Schick's legal service. It's a low monthly retainer for your account health. I use him. He's at jeffschick.com. I am not an affiliate in any way, but I do use and highly recommend his services at this time, because the account health rating is so important for your Amazon selling success, even for some of your performance with the buy box and the ability for you to make sales. If your account health rating gets lower and lower and it gets below into that at-risk amount, then you're going to have some issues with selling your products. And it definitely, if it gets into the red, the 99 or below, completely at risk, level, then you will be getting shut down. So having someone on retainer is extremely helpful. You can check out Jeff at jeffschick.com. So how is the account health rating calculated, you may be asking? All new sellers start with a score of 200, and your score is actually adjusted based on policy adherence, based on selling activities over the last 180 days, days, and points are deducted for any policy violations that come through and added back when you successfully address those violations. So you also gain points for fulfilling a minimum number of orders or selling through so many orders through a set period of time, which is 180 days. So the more that you sell, the more points you gain. And I'm going to show you that policy later directly from Amazon, since even if your account has no violations, that rule alone could be causing your account health rating to decrease, which is why at the time of this recording in June of 2023, this becomes so important, because we are getting outside of the Q4 fourth quarter time period of October, November, December, because we are over 6 months at this point from the majority of those sales. And so a lot of order value may be decreasing for many sellers. So let's talk about some of the severity levels of policy violations that are included in the account health rating, because violations are categorized into 4 different levels. And those levels make a big difference in how your account health rating is impacted. So there's critical, there's high, there's medium, and there are low violations. Critical violations have serious impact as they will directly impact your account health rating, and sometimes they violate laws, or even a single violation of this severity can lead to immediate account deactivation. That would be things such as selling counterfeit products. Now, high severity violations also negatively impact customers and may violate laws, but they aren't as critical as that top tier. High severity can significantly impact your score, but not as much as that first one. Medium severity violations undermine customer and seller trust, and they will impact your score, but not as much as the other two. And low severity violations are tolerated to some extent on Amazon's policies. But no matter what, if you start building up a lot of low violations, that's going to significantly impact your score and the health rating on your Amazon Seller Central account. And eventually, if you let a bunch of them go and don't do anything about them, you're going to be at risk of getting your account deactivated. So what happens if you do incur a critical violation, the top echelon, the worst of the worst? Whenever this happens, your account health rating score turns red and it will drop to 0. These are the ones that are definitely breaking laws and they have proven it. Now, sometimes if there is a false claim filed against your account, that is where having a lawyer like Jeff Schick can help, or having other people to help you get your account back can also help. It doesn't have to be Jeff. There's tons of other services out there. Just make sure that they are legitimate and backed by reviews and testimonials. But whenever you get a critical violation, you're going to be notified through your account health page and an email. However, you do have a 3-day grace period to address the violation before account deactivation. So they won't just shut off your account, at least they're not supposed to. You do get a 3-day grace period if you get one of those. So make sure that you keep your emergency contact phone number up to date, because an account health specialist should be reaching out to you to help resolve the issue, to discuss why it's happening, where it's coming from, and what you need to do. Now, what about some of the repeat violations? So if you have a bunch of low or medium impact ones, how do they impact your account health rating? Repeat violations kind of have a double effect on your account health per Amazon's policies. So the point values that are associated with those violations increase each time a policy is violated. So for example, you might have a violation, I'm just going to say, that's worth 8 points. And if you get a second violation of that level and you haven't addressed the first one, it might be worth 12 points, and then 16 points, and then 20 points, right? The more that you let those things go. So your account may be at immediate risk of deactivation if you reach the maximum number of repeat violations within that 180-day or 6-month period. Now, how can you improve your account health rating? First and foremost, you want to fulfill orders successfully. Make sure that you are following all of their policies, all their rules. Unfortunately, there are times when you're going to get an intellectual property claim that was false, that was filed against your account by a brand or a seller that's trying to take you down for whatever reason. And then you have to prove your innocence. But each order contributes to improving your account health rating. So the more quality orders you are sending out, the more that will help your account. Now, secondly, addressing those outstanding policy violations listed on your account health page is extremely important. You don't want to just let those violations to show up on your account health rating and leave them there. So you can appeal or dispute those violations if you believe that there was an error. In many cases, if you're doing intellectual property property claims or counterfeit claims, having receipts and or invoices can be what is needed to be submitted to Amazon. You have to be very careful in the wording that you use and how you approach the situation, because Amazon does take errors seriously, and they do strive to improve their processes based on your feedback. But if you are coming at them, telling them how wrong they are and not able to address the violations in a calm, cool, collected, and proven manner, then they will just not really be very helpful for you. And that's why I like to use an outside service. But if you try to do it yourself, you can. I've done it for years, doing it myself with different templates and things that I've come up with. But ultimately, having someone else that takes out the emotion, and they have other resources to be able to help you accurately address these concerns. So some of these, there are going to be some common concerns for most sellers. And so I want to address those in this video as well. One of the questions may be, does a healthy account health rating mean that your account won't be deactivated? A healthy AHR means that your account is not at risk of deactivation due to the policies included in the rating, unless you meet the maximum threshold for repeat violations for infringement and restricted products policies. So that's where you need to be careful, and that's why you need to address them all. In addition, if you do engage in any kind of fraudulent, deceptive, illegal, or harmful activity, including any activity that attempts to circumvent Amazon systems, or you violate policies that do not fall within the account health rating, Amazon may still deactivate your account. You're always at risk with Amazon. You're playing in their sandbox, and so ultimately you need to know that even if you have a healthy account health rating, you can't just skirt their rules and break their rules or the law and expect to keep your account. So the violations on your account can be removed if you successfully dispute them, which is why that's so important. The rights owner can retract an IP complaint, or if you successfully appeal a violation and it's determined to be unintentional for whatever reason. Now let's move on to the big question, the one that I posed as the title for this video essentially, which is, why does your account health rating score increase or decrease without incurring any additional violations or taking any appeals or dispute actions? So why essentially is your account health rating decreasing when you aren't seeing any issues coming through on your account? It makes no sense. So the account health rating score accurately reflects your account health based on policy adherence and selling activities over the last 180 days. So your AHR may increase as points associated with violations move out of the 180-day period. So you might have some of those violations fall off, and so your account health may go up, but it also may decrease as orders fulfilled move out of the 180-day period. That line specifically is key. So if you have a bunch of orders that are moving out of the 180-day period, your overall order volume is decreasing. That means your account health rating will decrease as well. Let me go ahead and share my screen and show you where that is on the policy. Okay, as you can see here, there's an FAQ for the account health rating, and it says, will you share the formula of the AHR scores and the exact point values for violations? And it discusses the things we've already discussed in terms of starting with a score of 200 and talking about some of the critical violations. But here is the key line: to ensure that your account health rating is evaluated in context of the size of your business, you also gain 4 points for every 200 successful orders you fulfilled over the last 180 days. It may not seem like a large thing to be concerned about. It might just seem like a one-off thing that they put into their policy, but 4 points for every 200 successful orders that you fulfilled over the last 180 days. So if you are getting out of Q4 season, let's say you doubled the amount of orders that you're typically selling from November and December, and now we're getting into June or May, June, July, and those orders are falling off of your account. That means you are having a less order volume, which decreases your account health rating as well with it. That is key. And that means that your account health rating may be at a 600. And then in May and June and July, you're seeing orders fall off. And that falling off of orders is decreasing you by 4 points every 200 orders that is falling off, because your order volume is lower. So that gives you plenty of valuable information. If you are seeing your account health rating decrease. And especially in a certain time period where you're not getting any violations, go back to 6 months, 7 months prior when you were seeing what you sold at that time point, and you might see that you were selling a lot more orders, and that's why it's starting to decrease. That means that you don't have to freak out because you're not having any issues with your account health, so to speak. It's just that your amount of orders that would go to help your account is decreasing. And so the best way to fix it at that point is to start selling more products, or just to continue doing what you're doing and not worry about it and only care about the violations that do come through on your account. So as you get out of busy selling seasons like Q4 and your score starts to go down with no violations, it most likely is due to a high selling season that is now falling off your account. This point is huge. It is very key. If your account health rating is decreasing and you have no violations on your account, it may be best for you to sell more items, even at break even or a small profit, so that your score can improve due to the higher order volume. So if you are worried about it, you liked having that extra cushion, or getting out of a high order selling season, and you want to get that account health rating moving back up because you want the extra cushion, then you could go out and find a bunch of different products that are breaking even in profit, or that have a 10% profit margin instead of a 30 or 40% profit margin, and you start selling those things at a high volume. And those high volume of orders will start adding points to your account over the next 6 months as you continue to do it. So there you have it. The account health rating is a key metric in determining the quality of your Amazon account. And this visibility that they give now helps tremendously. Knowing that selling more quality products gives you a better score is very nice and key information to have when you need to get a boost in your account health rating. So this doesn't mean, though, that you can absorb more violations well, because as we discussed, repeat offenders and high critical issues can significantly hurt your account no matter the size. It can go from 700-800 to 0 if you get a critical violation. So just remember that being a quality seller is the most important key. I'd rather somebody have 250 points than to have with no account health issues than to have 700-800 points and you're selling some things that are a little bit riskier on your account, because then you're more at risk than the person with the lower point value from my perspective. So this is why having a lawyer on your side can be so helpful. It's why I recommend Jeff Schick at jeffschick.com. Again, no affiliation there, no referral commissions, nothing, but I do really love the service at this point. So if you're new and you're looking for a free community to join, just so you can ask questions and bounce ideas off of each other, I'd recommend the My Silent Team Facebook group. I've been in it for over 7 years. I love it. I started my journey in this Facebook group, and there's over 70,000 members at the time of this recording. You can check it out at the link below, which is at bit.ly/MST group. It's also linked in the description. Now, don't forget that if you want to win a free copy of my book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income, then make sure to drop a comment down below and tune into the next video to see if you are the lucky winner. Let me know your thoughts, your questions, your experiences in the comments. And if you're interested in any courses or software programs I recommend, check out the description below for all of my links, as well as at my website at askjimmysmith.com. Hope this video helps you understand and manage your account health effectively. Remember that keeping a healthy account health rating is crucial for your success on Amazon. So if you have any more questions, leave them in comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content. I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.